What's going on, YouTube? Finally made it back home from Nashville after a long ass day and night. And considering the amount of activity on my last video, that, was just completely unplanned when I made it, I felt compelled to do a follow-up on this issue concerning all of this uproar and hypocrisy concerning Phil the Advice Show and his Native American wife. Because from what I saw in the comment section, it appears that a majority of you Negroes, unfortunately, really misunderstood my intent, or maybe to say you misunderstand the entire point and purpose of my problem with this entire issue. Now, let me start off by saying that I want to make my position on this very clear. Okay? I said it before, I will say it now. Okay? I do not condone interrelationships for black men or black women, but at the same time, I understand and I accept that just like people who do porn for a living, black men and black women are going to do whatever they want to do, be with whoever they want to be with, okay? And it is what it is. Whether I like it or not, whether you like it or not, it is what it is, okay? My issue is not about successful black men getting women of other races. To be quite frankly honest, I'm really fucking sick and tired of hearing this argument being used as a pawn from both sides. Because you had these black bimbos on one side saying, well, we're stepping out. Black men are mad, because we're dating out now and we're exploring our options. And I'm getting tired of black men talking about, well, black women ain't shit, so, we're decamping the greener pastures. No, you're not. Neither one of you are. Because white people are just as fucked up as everybody else, okay? And this hashtag Me Too bullshit proves that. All right. This is why, and this goes back to what I was trying to say in that video. I was really going unscripted on that video, which was why it went for so long, because I didn't know all of exactly what I wanted to say and how I wanted to kind of sync it, and put it together. But what I was saying was, this is why I stay away from just about everybody in my real life outside of business. That black female that was trying to talk to me or whatever, I probably could have, went to the bar and got some drinks with her the way she was talking me down. You know what I'm saying? She didn't seem to have a necessary problem with black men, but I didn't trust that hoe. I might have even been able to get in them panties. I don't give a fuck about none of these motherfuckers of any race, okay? I'm perfectly cool with being an introvert, being by my goddamn self, okay? No wife, no girlfriend, no kids. Fuck everybody. You can take this fucking planet and fucking put it in a fucking toilet bowl and flush that motherfucker, okay? That is not my issue, bringing this argument that, oh, black men are decamping the greener pastures. No, fuck that. That's not my issue. Now, some of you brothers feel that way, the whole get your passport crew, the whole, that whole crowd over there, that's fine. That's you. Just like I said, it's black women, they want to suck and fuck on white meat, or y'all want to suck and fuck on white meat, that's y'all. This is my issue, okay? And this shouldn't take long to reiterate, but I just want to make sure that I am very clear, okay? See, when you have certain issues in certain situations, there are, even when you have certain jobs, put it like that, okay? There are only certain people who are qualified to take that job, to enter into those situations, to deal with and address those issues. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. The 1972 Olympics in Munich, Germany, in Munich, West Germany, before the Berlin Wall came down. Those of us who are historically savvy know the events which took place a few days after the Olympic Games began. Palestinian terrorists, organization group known as Black September, they stormed the Olympic Village and they took several Israeli athletes hostage. Couple of days later, they tried to leave they did leave the Olympic Village with the Jewish athlete hostages, and they tried to get on a plane to take them to Syria or some Arab Muslim controlled country. The German police decided that they were going to try something at the airport, got in a shootout with the terrorists. Most of the terrorists and all of the athlete hostages wound up dead, and the whole fiasco turned into a giant tragedy when they would have been better off just letting them leave Germany with the fucking hostages, who probably would have been released through negotiation between Israel and one of the Arab countries later on. And why do I bring this up? Because if you ever, and I know most of you Negroes don't go that far down, it's really sad that Negroes don't know history, but the point is, if you ever watch a documentary about that time period, the people that were back then lived through that and dealt with that situation, especially those from the German government and law enforcement. They unanimously agreed that Germany at the time did not have a specially trained SWAT team type police force to deal with a terrorist type situation like that. So they sent poorly trained border guards that were part of the national police forces to try to deal with a situation that they had absolutely no training for. Okay? And as a result of that, even though they killed a few of the terrorists, they just turned what could have been, a successful hostage rescue or negotiation into a tragedy where all of the hostages got killed. Another example, when Floyd Mayweather, a few years ago, he commented on the whole, what was that kid's name? Ray Rice in the NFL that was caught knocking his wife out in the elevator in that Las Vegas casino. Floyd Mayweather, he had some choice words when a reporter asked him, what he thought about the whole situation. And he should have been smart enough not to answer either way in that case. And when he answered, and he was critical of Ray Rice and, called himself trying to give the kid advice on what to do next time, that was taken as an insult to victims of domestic violence. Why? Because Floyd Mayweather, I believe frivolously, but nonetheless, he had actually been convicted for domestic violence against some groupie whore that, he was messing around with, some hood chick, and as a result got locked up for 3 months. Okay? So people were saying, well, Floyd Mayweather is not the one to tell anybody or critique anybody on domestic violence or give his opinion to anybody on domestic violence because he beat on women himself. Now, again, in that case, I don't completely believe that Floyd Mayweather was beating on this woman. From what he said, he just grabbed her arm and threw her against a wall because she was trying to fight him. But, hashtag me too. We all know it's the year of the setup kid when it comes to these females getting dudes caught up left and right, white and black. But nonetheless, the point that I'm trying to make is, okay, my issue is not with whether or not Phil, and I want y'all to understand this, okay? Because I don't think a lot of y'all understood this in the last video that I made, okay? I'm glad, it went, semi-viral and got a lot of comments and everything, but I want you to understand, my issue is not whether Phil has the right to, date outside his race, be with a Native American woman, white woman, whatever, okay? My issue is with the females, the top echelon of black females that are critiquing him, okay? If you looked at the title in that video, I made that very clear. These females, Paris Milan, Successful Ladies Live or some shit like that, Crystal and Karazin, Radical Home Goddess, Cynthia G, these females do morally and logically, they don't have the right to critique the Phil the Advice Show on dating outside of his race. Okay? They're not qualified to do that. They don't even meet the minimum requirements. Why? Because all of them are either current swirlers or admitted ex-swirlers. Okay? See, what Negroes need to do is they need to stop letting these females get a pass when they start doing and acting dumb. Because when you don't check that shit, you just embolden the person, whoever they are, male, female, black, or white. You embolden them to where their stupidity broadens and ups the ante and goes into something else. Okay? This is why you can have a Cynthia G that is bold enough to come at you Negroes and say, hell yeah, I was going out with white men and they were paying me to do it. And if I want to, I'll go out with another white man. Remember when she said that shit? And she'll still get in front of y'all after that and the pictures came out and talk about evil albinoid devils and white supremacy. This is why you can have a female like Crystal and Karazin, who does nothing but throw black men under the bus her entire swirling career. But she has the audacity to talk about Phil and him being a fraud because he's with some Native American woman that's not even white. I originally thought she was white. She's not white. She's either Latina. He says she's Native American. Successful swirlers or Ladies Live, Radical Home Goddess. That's why you can have all of these idiotic bimbos on here actually having the gall, actually having the nerve to critique a man for, at least he's married to the person that he's swirling with, for Christ's sake. Most of them aren't even married. Crystal and Karazin claims to be married, but we ain't seen her husband full bodied or face yet. This is why they can get away with this shit. Okay? Because y'all keep giving them a pass. The argument is not whether or not Phil has the right to be with a woman or a man for that matter outside of his race. The argument isn't even if black women would give him the time of day. And what is he supposed to do if they didn't? The fact, it's not an argument. The fact is these females and those who think like them, talk like them, and act like them don't have the moral or logical right to say shit to Phil or any other man out there dating outside of his race or inside of his race. Everybody knows what I think about Christianity and all these other bullshit religions. But there are a couple excerpts in the Bible that I absolutely agree with. One of them was the scripture that talked about the whore that was brung to the city center of the town. And all these men crowded around her, accused her of whoredom, and they was getting ready to pick up, heavy rocks and stone her to death. And then, everybody's favorite storyline character, Jesus Christ, he comes, stands near the woman while she's knelt ready to be killed. And he said, whichever one of you men has not created a sin, who's not committed adultery, cast the first stone, motherfucker. Whichever one of y'all is perfect and ain't done no shit, cast the first stone. Okay? See, this is the problem with these females, and that's why they don't respect y'all. That's why Cynthia G will tell you to your fucking face, yeah, I was with white men and I'll get back with one. and still turn around and have Negroes donating to her and throwing up black power fists, agreeing with her that white people are all racist. Because y'all either let this shit, half y'all let it fly right over your head, and the other half don't address it and stop it in its fucking tracks when it's coming towards you. You just let it fly right on by. I'm not going to let that shit fly by. I'm going to let you know where I stand right here, right now. Unless these females can show a visual and a written record of of everyone, not only everyone that they've ever dated and slept with, but who they've ever thought about dating and sleeping with. From their first crush when they were in middle school. The first guy that they exchanged eyes with. If he was a white dude or a non-black dude, they can't say shit about Phil the Advice Show. They don't have it right. Morally or logically. They don't have it right. They're not qualified. They don't meet the minimum recommendations. Just like if a fucking taxi driver or a bus driver or Uber driver went to American Airlines and applied to become a pilot of a damn 767. They say, get your ass out of here, man. We ain't gonna give you no damn interview. You ain't even got a pilot's license. How the fuck you gonna fly a damn plane? What's wrong with you? Y'all remember when that China Airlines plane crashed in San Francisco? Killed a couple of people? It crash landed at San Francisco International Airport. You know why it crash landed? Because the fucking crew in there, they were only approved to fly 767s. But somebody at home base, somebody at the managerial level of that airline decided that they were short on pilot manpower. So they put a crew in there that was only approved, that was only trained to fly fucking 767s in there to fly a fucking 777. And because a 777 weighs just a few hundred tons more than a 767, they didn't know how to slow the fucking plane speed down fast enough before it hit the damn tarmac and the thing fucking crash landed the fuselage first. Okay? When you're not qualified and you don't meet the minimum recommendations, the minimum requirements for a job, okay? Or to address an issue or deal with a situation, you're not supposed to be in there. That's why during dangerous situations, again, going back to what I said in the very beginning about the hostage situation during the Olympics 40, 50 years ago, okay? When the police have those type of issues, street cops and homicide detectives do not deal with that. They call SWAT, okay? SWAT is special, that's the abbreviation of SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics. Okay, they have military style weapons and they're trained like military soldiers to deal with dangerous situations like terrorists, active shooters, hostage situations, etc. Regular beat cops and detectives don't deal with that shit. The detective, everybody has a job in the police department just like they do in all of society. Okay, these females, their job is not to critique other people who have done the same fucking thing that they have done. Just like a porn star can't fucking come to me and give me fucking relationship advice. You fucking whore. You've been sucking and fucking on dick for how long now? How many thousands of flicks have you done? How the hell you gonna tell me about who and what I should date? The only thing you've ever known of the opposite sex is sexual parts in your mouth. Fuck out of my face. Okay? That's where y'all need to draw the line. That's the argument that y'all need to be making. Who has the right logically and who has the right morally to make these arguments? Now, if there's a true black power female that has never touched a white man like that, has never thought about a white man like that, okay, has never let a white man come at her like that, okay, and she gets on YouTube, whether we like her or not, okay? And she starts to go in on Phil the Advice Show and make that argument of, well, he's not, he's pushing all of this, black empowerment, white supremacy bullshit like Cynthia G, but he's not down with the sisters. He's not down with the sisters. And this is a dark chocolatey, fine woman with an afro, and she's only been with black men her whole life, then she can make that argument, okay? But I'm tired of y'all letting these bimbos, I'm tired of hearing these hypocrite ass females, just like I'm tired of hearing these white liberals, just like I'm tired of hearing these fucking black pastors and these fake ass politicians try to control the fucking narrative when they ain't got a leg to fucking stand on. Because they done the same shit, if not worse, they damn self. That's what needs to be checked. That's what needs to be addressed. And what I just said goes for you niggas too. Talk to you later, guys.